And a very pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Hornets basketball on mybasin.com. Tonight, we're coming to you live from inside the Hornets nest. It is day number 1 of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. We're here at the nightcap as the Hornets get ready to host the MARIST Spartans. Hoping you're having a good evening. My name is Josh Eldridge. Thank you so much for joining us on the very first day of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament, the annual tournament held between the Skyline Conference and the Sky-M Conference. It's been a great day of basketball here so far. Skyline teams are 1-1. Mazama handled business against North Bend earlier today, and Junction City just took care of business against Hidden Valley. There's a few games happening at Klamath Union High School today, but of course we're focused here on the action inside the Hornets nest at Henley High School as the Hornets get ready to take on the Spartans next. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll dive into these two teams just a little bit, talk about the rivalry between the Skyline and the Sky-M conferences, and a little bit about this crossover tournament as we prepare for tip-off tonight from Henley High School. The Hornets take on the Spartans next.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And welcome back to Henley High School, the site of the first day of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. All kinds of games happening this weekend. We'll give you just a quick look at what else is happening as we prepare for the nightcap tonight at Henley High School between the Hornets and the Spartans. Of course, not the only host site for this year's crossover tournament, as we take just a brief look at what's happening over at Klamath Union High School, as the Pelicans also hosting some games this evening. Phoenix battled Marshfield earlier today, Phoenix played Marshfield on this floor earlier today. Mazama played Cottage Grove over at Klamath Union High School earlier today. And Klamath Union playing Marshfield tonight. Looking at the schedule, was just looking at the girls' schedule. So here we go. So let's restart this. Henley tonight, Mazama took care of business against North Bend. Junction City Junction City beat Hidden Valley. And as we look at what happened at Klamath Union High School tonight, Phoenix took on Cottage Grove, and in just a few minutes, the Pelicans will take on Marshfield. So lots of basketball. Doesn't just end today. Back at Henley tomorrow, Phoenix plays Marshfield. Hidden Valley takes on Marist, and the Hornets battle Junction City. Over at KU, Mazama battles Cottage Grove, and the Pelicans take on North Bend. In this tournament that has been going on the last couple of years, a great opportunity not just to see some of the other premier teams around the state. The Sky-M Conference always boasting a few playoff teams. Last year, sending Junction City, Marshfield, and Marist to the playoffs, the round of 16. So not only a chance to see some good teams there, but also see some of the teams in your own conference for the first time. All right, we saw Hidden Valley and Mazama play on this very floor earlier today, and now they get their first look at this Hornets team, which comes into tonight's contest at 5-5. Marist is 4-7. Should be some great basketball played here tonight. We'll dive into this matchup, as well as some news from around the state earlier today regarding high school sports. Details on that in just a few minutes, and of course, starting lineups and tip next on MyBasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home, I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Just a few minutes away from tip-off tonight at Henley High School as the Hornets get ready to take on the Marist Spartans. To take a look at the Spartans from last season. We mentioned that they made the playoffs last year. This year getting off to a little bit of a slower start. They're just 4-7 right now. They were ousted in the round of 16 by Cascade. Made their way through a Skyline Conference team to make it to the playoffs last year. And Klamath Union beat them by 20 points at home. But past that, a grueling Sky M Conference schedule right now as we take just a brief look at the Sky M League standings right now. Junction City leads the league at 10-2 overall. Again, no league games played yet, so this is just based off of non-conference games. North Bend is in second, 6-4, followed by Cottage Grove, 6-6. Marshfield is also 6-6, and then Marist is 4-7. Junction City, just saw them a few minutes ago. They beat Hidden Valley by nearly 30 points here at Henley High School, and Junction City also on the schedule tomorrow for Henley, coming to you from the Skyline Conference, which goes like this. Phoenix is 7-5, Hidden Valley is 6-7, Henley's 5-5, Mazama is 2-7, and the Klamath Union Pelicans get ready to play Marshfield in just a few minutes over at KU High School. They are 2-7. It's always a great tournament this year being hosted in the Klamath Basin. The Skyline Sky M crossover tournament will begin here in just a few minutes. We're going to take one final quick break on the pregame show. When we come back, it'll be time for starting lineups and tip between the Hornets and the Spartans on MyBasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Well, it's time to meet the starting lineups tonight at Henley High School, and we'll begin with the Marist Spartans. Starting 5, and we'll start with number 3, Kai Holmes, a freshman guard standing 6'4", followed by number 4, Cooper Mullins, a senior 5'8". Number 11, Logan Laterno, a senior guard standing 6 feet tall. Number 13, Caden Ellenbush, he is a junior standing 6'6". And number 14, Peyton Tyner, a junior guard standing 5'9". The Spartans are coached by Bart Pollard. And now the starting lineup for the Henley Hornets. Number 4, a junior, Aiden Hayes. Number 10, a senior, Owen Sheen. Number 12, a senior, Blaine Boersma. Number 14, a senior, Shaw Stork. And number 24, a junior, Luke Bennett. The Hornets are coached by Mr. Luke Hammond. Hornets are shorthanded tonight, again without Marcus McCready, the big center down low. Hornets are going to be down in terms of height tonight, but good news for Marcus. Reports and talking to him before the game says he's looking forward to potentially returning to practice next week and hopefully not missing the first league game against Hidden Valley. That's what we're hoping for Marcus. That's what he's hoping for, but still missing tonight's contest would be valuable against a team like Marist, who has some height on their roster, as the Spartans win the opening tip as they go from right to left. Handling it now for them was Tyner. Now kicks it back over to Mullins. Mullins going right with it. Hands it over to Tyner on the far side. Tyner trying to bring it around. Top of the key. Dishes it over to Laterno. Laterno back to Mullins. Mullins spinning to his right, driving the right lane. Kicks it outside to Tyner. He fires 3. Off the glass, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Spartans. So it'll be Hornets basketball in Henley tonight, wearing their dark road uniforms in navy blue, with Henley written across the front. Marist tonight in the white uniforms. As Aiden Hayes has it on the near side, kicking it to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen zips it over to Boersma on the left wing. Back to Hayes, top of the key. Hayes goes left with it over to Stork. Stork trying to drive the left lane, up with the right hand, no good off the glass. The rebound collected by Marist. And now Tyner bringing it into the front court, going coast to coast himself, puts a little bit too much on the layup. It bounces off, no good, and Luke Bennett collects the rebound for Henley. He shifts it into the front court to Stork. Stork trying to get it down low to Boersma. Boersma on that left block, bounces it back outside to Sheen. Sheen in the left corner, puts it on the deck, terminates the dribble, passes it to Boersma. Boersma now to Bennett near side. Bennett zips a pass into Sheen, who quickly turns around and sinks the 2-point layup. And the Hornets on the board first with 6:41 to go in the first quarter. With it now is Mullins, top of the key. He's trying to drive left. Right at the left elbow, kicks it outside to Tyner in the near corner. Tyner brings it around, top of the key. Now along the far side. With it now is Laterno. Laterno driving right elbow, kicks it out. Right corner, 3 is no good from Tyner. And the Hornets and Sheen bringing it across the timeline. Sheen kicks it out to Bennett for an open look at 3. Clanks off the back iron, no good. Boersma with the rebound. He gets fouled as he goes back up with it, and Blaine Boersma will have a chance to shoot 2 at the free throw line. With the stop in the action, it's a fine time to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Refuel at the game at Mountain Mike's Pizza. You've earned a pizza made with 100% whole milk mozzarella and toppings piled so high, then you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn near Walmart Shopping Center. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Boersma going 1 for 2 from the free throw line gives the Hornets a 3-0 lead with 6:09 to go in the first, as Tyner brings it across the timeline for the Spartans. He goes left, crosses right, terminates the dribble, kicks it out to Mullins. He's driving the right lane and gets fouled on the drive. It'll likely go against Boersma or Hayes. It's looking like it's going to go against Aiden Hayes. His first foul, first team foul for the Hornets in this first quarter. Bounce pass goes inside to Letourneau, quickly goes up for the 2-point layup. It's 3-2 Hornets with 6 to go in the first. Aiden Hayes trying to drive the other side, loses the dribble, tries to kick it back out to Sheen, but it goes out of bounds. A little bit of miscommunication in the near corner. And that's the Hornets a turnover and Marist possession. Bringing it up the floor is Tyner. Tyner kicks it out to Mullins, top of the key. Mullins outside for a 3. It's good from Kai Holmes, and Marist takes the lead. It's now 5-3. Pass near side to Bennett. Stork goes up with the shot, bounces off the front of the rim. That's no good. .5:19 to go in the first, and the Spartans lead 5-3 over Henley. Substitution in for Marist as Gavin Scott checks into the game for Tyner. As Blaine Boersma brings it up the floor. Boersma kicks it over to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett handing it off to Sheen. Sheen fires 3, tries to bank it in, no good. And Scott skies for the rebound. Marist now pushing the pace. Trying to go inside was Mullins, loses the dribble. It goes out of bounds. Last touched, though, by the Hornets, so it'll remain Marist basketball. And to inbound will be Kai Holmes. Holmes lofting it inside to Letourneau. He brings it back to the near corner. Fires it over to Mullins, top of the key. Mullins handing it off to Letourneau. Takes a long 3. That's no good. The rebound is snagged by Ellenbrush. Now Mullins in the near corner tries to drive inside. Kicks it over to Holmes. Near corner 3. That's no good. He collects his own rebound. Now it's Mullins, top of the key. High arcing shot. That's no good. And finally the Hornets collect the rebound. Boersma is going to bring it across the timeline. He shifts it into the front court to Sheen. Sheen zips it inside to Stork. Back to Sheen. Now Bennett, top of the key. Drives inside. Gets it to Boersma. Goes up with the shot and is fouled. So Blaine will go to the line for 2 more. High-flying action so far, although the score wouldn't tell you that. 5-3, and Marist still leads. 4:17 to go in the first. But Marist dominating the glass early. A lot of second-chance opportunities that they haven't converted on in the first about 4 minutes of the ball game. Here's Boersma's first opportunity at the line. It's no good. And checking in now for Marist is Ben Roman and also Peyton Tyner back in the game for Marist. TJ Chavez in for Shaw Stork in the Hornets. Second free throw from Boersma. That one's good. So Henley bringing the lead back down to within 1. It's 5-4 as the Hornets trail. Tyner pushing the pace for Marist, trying to drive inside. Going to kick it out to Scott. Scott gives it to Mullins. Mullins driving left side. Back outside to Tyner. Corner 3. Too much on it. Rebound is collected by Roman, and he puts it back up and in. Luke Bennett now on the other side. Fouled. Driving to the basket. He thought that was a shooter, but that'll be a foul on the floor. No free throws coming. Foul is going to go against Peyton Tyner. That is his third team foul for Marist. And Coach Pollard looking for some clarification as a few officials over there talking to him about it. Coach Pollard in his 11th season with Marist. Previously coached at Cottage Grove for 7 seasons. Inbound pass for the Hornets goes to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett taking it left, now crosses right at the right elbow. Hands it to Hayes, who's driving inside. Kicks it out to Boersma. Boersma over to Hayes. Left side 3, that one rattles in. And the Hornets tie the game up at 7 off the Aiden Hayes triple. And Tyner bringing it up the floor now for Marist. Holmes backs out, kicks it over to Mullins. Mullins top of the key against Sheen. Now at the left elbow, trying to find Scott. Kicks it out to Tyner. Tyner head fakes a three, driving inside, tries to bounce it outside to Holmes. Long wingspan, and Holmes collects it. Now Mullins against Sheen, top of the key, kicks it out to Scott. Scott driving inside, outside to Holmes on the left wing. Takes it out, crosses against Boersma, step back three is no good, a bit short and out of bounds. It'll be Hornets basketball, knotted at 7 with 3:06 to go in the first. Shaw Stork to check back in for Henley as he comes in for Aiden Hayes. Stork brings it up the floor for Henley. Goes right with it, hands it to Sheen. Sheen head fakes, zips it over to Bennett, now on the left wing. Bennett trying to drive left with it, loses the dribble, goes out of bounds, and possession goes to the Spartans. McCoy Harbert in for Marist. Number 3, Kai Holmes. Holmes, a freshman, 6'4", now on the bench, long wingspan too. He gets to those passes. He saved a couple from going out of bounds. Mullins passes it to McCoy, near corner 3. That was Harbert for the near corner 3, and it is good. Hornets trying to make some move on the other end as Sheen goes up for the layup and is fouled. So Owen heading to the line for 2. And the score 10-7, Marist. First free throw from Sheen is good. Something the Hornets have struggled on is the percentage from the free throw line. Sheen's second free throw is good. So back to a 1-point ball game. As time is called, we'll take 1-2. The score 10-9 with 2:36 to go in the first. We'll be back with more Hornets basketball on MyBase.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Welcome back to Henley High School, the site of this weekend's Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. In the nightcap of day 1, Marist leads Henley 10-9 with 2:36 to go in the first quarter. And the Spartans start with the basketball as Tyner brings it up. He kicks it over to Scott. Scott driving the right side, zips it out to Mullins. Catch and shoot 3 is good. Stork with it now, top of the key for the Hornets. Now it's Sheen. Sheen steps back, zips it inside to Stork. Stork trying to get it to Chavez. Shot from 8 feet, won't go. And Marist collects the rebound. Mullins pushing the pace. Zips it in the corner over to Harbert. Harbert over to Tyner. Tyner goes right with it, picked up by Chavez. Now trying to drive inside, goes strong with the right hand, won't go. Rebound out of bounds, possession Hornets. Boersma going to bring it up the floor for Henley. Kicks it over to Bennett. Bennett puts it on the deck, now top of the key. Hands it to Sheen, who goes right with it. Sheen now crosses left, trying to drive inside, takes some contact, throws it off the glass, no good. Stork is right there for the putback, and he collects 2 points. As the Hornets now trail 13-11 with 1:22 to go in the first. Mullins has it now, top of the key. Crosses left, he's going to hand it over to Harbert. Harbert kicks it outside to Scott. Scott now driving inside on the right side, tries to find a pass on the interior, but it's picked away by the Hornets. Stork kicks it over to Sheen. Far corner 3, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Possession goes to the Hornets. Ben Roman has checked into the game for Marist, and it looks like we might get one more substitution. And it's going to be Logan Letourneau coming in for Peyton Tyner for Marist. All right, Sheen to inbound. He lofts it to Chavez near corner. Chavez over to Bennett. Now inside to Sheen. Sheen over to Stork. Stork spinning right. Now kicks it to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen over to Chavez. Goes left with it. Now to Stork, top of the key. Stork fakes left, goes right. Terminates the dribble. Trying to find an open player. Sheen near corner. Inside to Bennett. Bennett turns around. Fires a jump shot and is fouled. He will go to the line for 2 more. An opportunity to tie with 38 seconds to go in the first. And with this short break in the action, we'll remind you that tonight's contest brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate, Klamath Falls Subaru, stop by and say hi. Both free throws good from Bennett. Ties up this ball game 13-all with 36 seconds to go in the first. Mullins pushing the pace. Kicks it over to Letourneau. Letourneau now near side to Scott. Brings it around top of the key over to Mullins. Mullins going right with it. Kicks it over to Holmes, who's checked into the game for Marist. Zips it over to Mullins on the right wing. Mullins takes a screen, goes left, now crosses right. Trying to drive the right lane, steps back, lofts a high shot. That's no good. Bennett collects the rebound. 8 seconds now to go in the first quarter. Bennett kicks it over to Stork. Stork trying to drive the lane, tries to find Boersma, but it's no good. 1 second remaining. Mullins at the buzzer. It won't go. And time expires in the first quarter, and we're tied at 13. Second quarter action coming up next as we continue your coverage of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament on My Basin. Tom.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
And welcome you back to the second quarter of action tonight on MyBasin.com. Tied up at 13, and, well, Hornets now lead by 2. It's 15-13 in the nightcap of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament between the Hornets and the Spartans. Tyner bringing it up for Marist. He's going to kick it over to Letourneau. Letourneau back outside to Mullins, top of the key, guarded by Sheen. Mullins trying to drive inside, kicks it out to Tyner. Tyner head fakes a 3, back outside to Mullins. Mullins now driving inside in a triple team at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Holmes, guarded by Stork. Now over to Tyner, right wing. Trying to call for a screen from Roman. Denies the screen, kicks it over to Mullins in the far corner. Mullins puts it on the deck, takes one from the left elbow, the right elbow, that won't go. Aiden Hayes collects the rebound. Hayes kicks it into the front court to Stork. Back to Hayes. Hayes head fakes a 3, driving inside, loses the dribble, back top of the key to Stork. Stork fakes going right, goes left, over to Sheen. Sheen stops and pops from the free throw line, that won't go. Rebound Tyner. Quick pass into the front court for Marist, back over to Mullins, top of the key. Mullins to Tyner near side. Tyner bringing it back around, top of the key, going to hand it off to Holmes on the right wing. Back to Mullins, now left side. Mullins goes left, crosses right, now at the right elbow, hands it off to Tyner. Tyner driving inside, bouncing it over to Holmes in the near corner beyond the arc. Holmes trying to drive the left lane, kicks it outside to Letourneau. Letourneau back to Holmes for 3, that's no good. Rebound is secured by the Hornets. Good work by Boersma on the glass as Hayes brings it into the front court for Henley. Kicks it near side to Northcutt, who's checked into the, that's Owen Harper, who's checked into the game for Henley. Stork with it now, top of the key. Trying to find an open player. He does find Harper, now to Boersma. Boersma looking at Sheen down low, but decides to take it back top of the key. Gets it over to Harper. Now to Stork, far side. Stork fakes going left, drives the right lane, up off the glass. It's good. Oh, he's hit with a charge. So no bucket, as the Marist player had secured positioning. The bucket was good, but it won't count. You can hear the groans from the student section that the play happened right in front of. But the official is right there to make the call, and it'll be Marist basketball. Tyner bringing it up. Kicking it over to Holmes. Holmes over to Mullins. Mullins guarded by Stork, top of the key. Kicks it over to Letourneau. Letourneau driving right side. Throws a layup high off the glass, no good. Rebound collected by Marist. Pass out to Holmes for three, no good. Roman again gets the rebound. Now it's Mullins, top of the key. Mullins going right with it, trying to drive that right lane, kicks it outside to Tyner. Catch and shoot, three is good, and Marist takes the lead right back, 16-15, 5:26 to go in the second. As Boersma has it now. Gets it inside to Stork. Stork trying to find a way to the rim and gets fouled. And so Stork will go to the line for a pair. Shaw Stork, named today as the second team All-State quarterback for the Henley Hornets. He was an honorable mention last year. Now as a senior, second teamer, joins senior Owen Sheen on the second team. Sheen is a wide receiver for the Hornets. First free throw from Shaw is good. Luke Bennett checking in for Owen Harper. And Stork, an opportunity now to give the Hornets a 1-point advantage with 5:16 to go in the second. Here's the free throw. It's good. Shaw, a perfect 2 for 2 from the line, gives the Hornets a 17-16 lead. Mullins pushing the pace. Mullins bringing it around, and Marist will call time. We'll take 1-2. Henley leads 17-16 with 5:11 to go in the second. We'll have more Hornets basketball next on MyBasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Still in the second quarter, and Henley leads Marist 17-16. 5:11 to go in the second, and the 5 on the floor for Henley. It's Owen Sheen, Luke Bennett, Shaw Stork, Aiden Hayes, and Blaine Boersma. Marist starts with the basketball. Mullins inbounds it to Letourneau. Letourneau bringing it back around and kicks it over to Harbert. Harbert trying to drive inside, kicks it out to Letourneau. Letourneau head fakes 3, drives inside, over to Mullins. He fires 3, that's good. 19-17, 4:55 to go in the second, and Marist leads. Aiden Hayes has it now. Now back to Luke Bennett, top of the key. Bennett handing it over to Stork. Stork puts it on the deck now, dribbling left. Kicks it over left side to Sheen. Sheen crossing right, trying to get it to Hayes. Loose ball is collected by Holmes, and Marist has it. On the near side, it's Letourneau. He kicks it back over to Mullins. Now to Letourneau, near corner. Back to Mullins, top of the key. Mullins trying to drive inside to find Letourneau. Now over to Harbert. Harbert kicks it inside. Now to Mullins again. Mullins spins around, kicks it back outside to Harbert. Harbert driving inside now to Holmes. Holmes loses a dribble. Muddy collects in time. Now it's Mullins on the right side. Mullins trying to drive inside. Kicks it to Holmes near corner. Back to Mullins. And Marist content to play with the clock a little bit. Now under 4 minutes to go. And Sheen tried to jump the gun. Mullins gets an open look at 3. That's no good. Good defensive play there by Owen Sheen to force the issue. Now Bennett has it, bringing it up the floor. Bennett trying to drive along the left corner. Being hassled along the left wing. Kicks it to Hayes, top of the key. Hayes now to Boersma, right wing. Boersma trying to drive the right lane. Kicks it out to Sheen in the near corner. Up to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett now driving inside, tries to go up, high off the glass, won't go, but Bennett is fouled, and so he will get 2 opportunities at the free throw line. He's already 2 for 2 tonight. A chance to help his team tie the game with 3:24 to go in the second. We'll remind you with this break in the action that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness have the most understanding trainers you can ask for to help you get motivated and the workouts to make you feel accomplished all day long. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness wants you to lose those reins and get your gains. First free throw from Bennett was good. The second one on the way. That's also good. And so the Hornets tie up this ball game 19 apiece with 3:24 to go in the second, and the Hornets defense trying to break out the press a little bit as Marist was content to play time before. Driving hard to the bucket was Harbert. Takes some contact and converts for points as Marist now up 21-19 after that 2-point bucket for Harbert. Pass goes inside to Boersma. He tries to get it high off the glass. Rebound is collected by Bennett. He's driving back inside. Throws one off the glass. No good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Henley, I believe. Or are they saying Bennett was fouled? No, they're saying Boersma was fouled on the floor, so Blaine will get a pair of free throws. He's 2 for 4 so far in this game. Oh, 1-1, pardon me. Makes the first, and so he will get a second one as that was the 8th team foul for Marist. Henley's only got 2. They've stayed out of foul trouble. Stark difference from last time we saw them back on December 21st when they played Caldera. And both teams got into a lot of foul trouble in that game. Boersma can't tie it. He leaves a point up there, 21-20. As he's shooting now 3 of 6 from the line tonight. Scott trying to drive the left lane, kicks it over to Harbert. Harbert, top of the key, zips it over to Mullins. Mullins on the right wing, trying to get it outside, but the pass picked away by Boersma. It's collected by Marist on the next pass. Another loose ball on the near side. It's a held ball. Possession goes to Marist. Good job by Boersma to try to save that ball from going out of bounds, but as he lofted it right back in, it landed in the hands of a Marist player. They retain possession. All right, here we go. Lofting it top of the key to Mullins on the inbound pass. Mullins gets it back over to Lemley, who's checked into the game. Free throw line jumper won't go. Sheen skies for the rebound. He's bringing it up. Hornets pushing the pace. Now to Stork. Zips it inside to Bennett. 2 points is good for Luke Bennett. Credit the assist to Shaw. Stork and the Hornets take a 22-21 advantage into this timeout with 2:19 to go in the second quarter. More Hornets all next on mybasin.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
We're in the second quarter of a 22-21 ball game. 2:19 to go in the second. The Hornets lead Marist, and before the inbound pass can even be completed, there's a foul against Owen Sheen. That's the 3rd team foul for the Hornets and Owen's first foul of the night. Mullins bringing it up the floor. Holmes has it now top of the key as the chance for the defense emerged from the student section. Boersma picks the ball loose from Harbert, but he collects. Now Scott with it. Scott top of the key against Boersma. Gets it over to Holmes. He fires 3. Front iron no good, and Aiden Hayes collects the rebound. Hayes to Boersma as he races into the front court. Boersma zips it inside to Stork. Reverse layup no good. Stork gets his own rebound and is fouled. Can't quite get the putback, but Shaw will go to the line. Good effort on the glass down low from Shaw. Stork gets an opportunity to try to build his team's advantage. And with this pause in the action, a reminder that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Coldwell Banker, Home and Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home. That's why Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and home owners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today. The first free throw from Shaw was good. The second one is no good. And so the score is 23-21, 1:41 to go in this first half. Holmes, bothered by Sheen, kicks it over to Scott. Shot from Scott, no good. Stork collects the rebound. Ahead to Sheen, who goes up with it in the left hand. And a beautiful bucket from Owen Sheen puts the Hornets up by 4, 25-21, as Mullins coming across for Marist. Kicks it now to Harbert. Harbert loses the dribble, now at the free throw line. Tries to get it inside to Roman. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession goes to the Hornets. A minute 11 to go in the second. The Hornets have their biggest lead of the night so far at 4 points, 25-21. Boersma crosses the timeline, trying to direct a bit of traffic. Kicks it over to Sheen in the near side. Sheen back to Bennett. Now over to Hayes on the far side. Hayes brings it around, handing it to Sheen. Sheen going left with it, kicks it outside to Boersma. Boersma battling contact along the perimeter. Feeling pressure, gets it to Bennett, top of the key. Now 45 seconds to go. Bennett steps back, kicks it to Boersma on that left side. Boersma tries to get it to Hayes. Hayes loses the dribble, and Marist collects it. Now Tyner bringing it up for the Spartans. Tyner stops on the left wing, trying to waste a bit of time and maybe get the last shot of this quarter with 30 seconds to go. We'll see if that is in fact what they're trying to do here. Harbert looking to Mullins. Mullins top of the key, getting it to Tyner. Now 20 seconds to go in this quarter. Tyner brings it all the way back out. Continues to bring it out. Only about 3 feet from the half-court stripe. And Aiden Hayes is going to foul him with 11 seconds to go in the second. Just the 4th team foul for the Hornets. First for Hayes. And checking into the game for Henley is Chris Janney in for Hayes. Janney getting his first action of the night. Janney, now it's Tyner with it. Tyner over to Mullins in the near corner. Mullins putting it on the deck, brings it around top of the key. Switches, goes right, and travels. No, he didn't. It was a foul against the Hornets that caused him to travel, so we'll see who they charge this one to. Owen Sheen picks up his second foul, 5th team foul for the Hornets. This is Owen Harper. Checks into the game. Inbound pass with 2 seconds to go. Goes to Roman. He gets the bucket and the foul. And they brought in Harper to try to defend that play down low. Harper did his job, and Chris Janney tried to help on defense and committed the foul. That's going to allow Roman to potentially earn a 3-point play with only 2 seconds remaining on the clock. Now just 1.6. Free throw is good. 1 second remaining. Quick inbound pass. Shot from 3/4 court is no good from Boersma. And the Hornets take a 1-point lead into halftime. They're up 25-24 over the Marist Spartans. We'll talk about the stats we have through the first half and take a look around the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. Get you caught up on what you might have missed today and to look forward at tomorrow. All that's coming up in the halftime show as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball tonight on MyBase.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clownfall Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clownfall Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
After 16 minutes of basketball tonight, the Henley Hornets hold a 1-point advantage over the MARIST Spartans, 25-24 as we enter halftime tonight in the nightcap of the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament. Appreciate you being with us this evening. My name is Josh Eldridge, and as always, you can catch Hornets basketball all season long right here on mybasin.com. As we jump into the first half stats tonight, we'll start with the leading scorers for the Henley Hornets. So far tonight, Luke Bennett and Owen Sheen each contributing 6 points tonight. Shaw Stork has got 5 of his own. Aiden Hayes has got 3 points tonight, and Blaine Boersma has got 3 points as well. And that's how you tally up the 25 points for Henley. Meantime, you look at what Marist has done tonight. They are led in scoring by Cooper Mullins, who's got a pair of threes for 6 points. McCoy Harbert has got a triple, but he's got 5 points tonight, along with Ben Roman, who's got 2 field goals and a made free throw to tally him up to 5 points. 3 points for each of Logan Letourneau and Peyton Tyner tonight. That's how you get the total of 24 points for Marist. The one thing that you'll notice if you had a score sheet in front of you is the free throw disparity right now. Marist has only shot 1 free throw tonight. Meantime, the Hornets have shot, let's see, by my count, 2, 6, 8, 12, 16 free throws tonight. And they've only missed 3 of them. So they've had a good, they missed 4 of them. So they've had good opportunities tonight. But Marist has returned the favor by making multiple 3-pointers. Again, Cooper Mullins has made 2, McCoy Harbert's got 1, Peyton Tyner's got 1, and Logan Letourneau has got 1 as well. Those 3-pointers are keeping Marist within striking distance, even with this free throw disparity right now. Henley leads 25-24. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament. Just day 1 here today at Henley High School, and Henley not the only host site of the day either. We'll talk about what we expect from tomorrow's action coming up next as we continue the halftime show. The Hornets lead Marist 5-24 on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place and then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
less Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Well, we're in the nightcap of day 1 of the Skyline Sky-Am crossover tournament. But there's more basketball coming up tomorrow as we're at halftime right now, and the Hornets lead the Spartans 25-24. Tomorrow we'll be right back here at Henley High School at 11 a.m. If you make your way out here, you'll be treated with Phoenix taking on Marshfield. Right after that at 12:30, the Hidden Valley Mustangs will take on this very same MARIST Spartans team. Before, well, I guess you could call it a nightcap, but really it's an afternoon tip-off. 2 p.m. tomorrow, Henley is set to take on Junction City. We'll be on the broadcast on that one as well, right here on mybasin.com. Not the only site for games, as also tomorrow at Klamath Union High School, Mazama takes on Cottage Grove, and the Pelicans host North Bend. You can find this schedule by visiting osaa.org. But the Skyline Sky-Am crossover tournament, always a lot of fun. Not only do you get to see what the Sky-Am Conference has to offer, and usually it's some pretty great basketball with teams like Junction City and this Marist team. And Marshfield usually plays pretty tough as well. So you also get to look at your own conference. We got to see Hidden Valley play earlier today. We got to see Mazama play earlier today. The Vikings won. The Mustangs lost. And now each of those schools get to see Henley for the first time this year as we prepare for league play, which begins in 1 week on January 13th. Real excited for it all, and real excited for this second half as we are nearing the third quarter of action between the Hornets and the Spartans. Henley leads 25-24 at half.
Not corporate. At Clownful Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clownfall Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clownfall Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Preparing for the third quarter of action tonight on mybasin.com. My name is Josh Eldridge. So glad that you're spending your Friday evening with us. Again, we'll be back with more basketball tomorrow, so we hope you join us then. But right now, in the third quarter, just getting started. 8 minutes on the clock, and the Hornets up 25-24 over Marist. On the 5 on the floor for Henley right now. It is Owen Sheen, Blaine Boersma, Aiden Hayes, Shaw Stork, and Luke Bennett. For Marist, it is their starting five of Holmes, Mullins, Letourneau, Ellenbush, and Tyner. Quick shot, start things off for the Hornets, but Owen Sheen collects the rebound, tries to put it back up and in, can't convert. And Marist bringing it up the floor, kicking it to Holmes on the near side. Holmes trying to drive inside to Letourneau. Letourneau bouncing it inside to Mullins. Losing a handle on it was Ellenbush. And now Henley's got it. Bennett bringing it up the floor. Now to Boersma. Boersma kicking it over to Bennett. Bennett trying to find Hayes inside. Goes up off the glass, no good. The rebound is going to be whistled a foul. I believe this is going against Erlenbush. And he is called for over the back. So possession remains with the Hornets. 7:18 to go in the third. Still a 1-point ball game, 25-24. Boersma to inbound. He's going to fire it up to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett putting it on deck, trying to go right, has it picked loose by Tyner. Tyner now breaking one-on-one. The fast break is good. And Marist takes the lead 26-25 as Boersma bringing it up the floor. Over to Stork, now to Hayes. Hayes trying to drive the left lane and kicks it back outside to Sheen. Now to Bennett, top of the key three, back iron no good. Rebound is collected by Marist. Now it's Tyner on the far side. With it now is Erlenbush. Out of Tyner to Mullins. Back to Tyner. Tyner trying to go left with it. Picked up by Stork. Now to Mullins. Catch and shoot three. High arcing shot won't go. Rebound collected by Stork. Hayes with it now into the front court. Hayes zipping it back over to Shaw. The pass picked away by Tyner. Tyner bouncing it over to Mullins. Mullins kicking it over to Letourneau. Open layup missed. And the Hornets graced with the basketball back after a missed layup from Letourneau. Hayes with it now, kicks it out to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen driving inside, goes strong with the left and in. And a timeout called by Coach Hammond. Will take 1-2 as the score is 27-26 Henley, 5:57 to go in the third. More action next on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in.
And we're back in the third quarter. Tonight's contest between the Henley Hornets and the Marist Spartans, 27-26. And Henley leads with 5:57 to go in the third quarter. These teams have traded blows in this game. Marist is going to start with the basketball coming out of the break. And the Hornets student section starting to get into it as Tyner brings it up the floor for Marist. Tyner goes left, picked up by Stork, now trying to drive the right lane. Tries to get the pass inside, but it's picked up by Holmes. It's going to be Mullins now to Tyner. Tyner over to Holmes. Holmes trying to go left with it. Up with the shot, and it's good. Holmes, a nice job of driving inside there, picking up 2 points. He's got 4 for the night. Boersma with it now, trying to direct some traffic on the near side. Boersma zips it over to Sheen. Sheen now to Hayes in the far corner. Hayes back to Sheen. Now to Bennett. Bennett fakes left, goes right, kicks it over to Hayes. Hayes now to Stork, top of the key. Stork trying to get it to Boersma. Boersma saves it from going out of bounds. Kicks it to Hayes. Hayes now to Bennett. Bennett from the free throw line kicks it to Stork. Now to Boersma on the inside. Credit the assist to Sheen. It's now 29-28 Hornets as Tyner brings it up the floor. 5 points tonight for Boersma. And a charging foul down low against Tyner. And no, pardon me, that's Kai Holmes picking up the foul. As Boersma brings it up the floor, still a 1-point ball game. Over to Bennett. Bennett now to Stork. Stork now to Sheen. Sheen back to Bennett. Open look at three. Bennett can't cash in. That one was in and out. And Mullins gets the rebound. Tyner pushing the pace. Tries to drive on the left side. Stops. Kicks it out to Mullins. Mullins now driving the left side. Back to Tyner. Tyner head fakes a three. Puts it on the deck and dribbles back. Trying to loft it inside. Now to Holmes on the near side. Holmes loses a dribble. Kicks it over to Mullins. Mullins driving inside. Spins to his left. Goes up with the right hand. High off the glass. Won't go. And Sheen collects the rebound. Owen pushing the pace. Trying to go coast to coast. Up with the shot and gets fouled. He will go to the line for a pair. Charge the foul to McCoy Harbert. That'll be his second foul, third team foul for Marist. And with this pause in the action, we'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Owen Sheen sinks each free throw, makes it a 31-28 ball game, 3-point lead for Henley. Their biggest lead of the night has been 4 so far. Tyner over to Mullins. Mullins along the left side. Tries to find Harbert. Harbert back outside to Mullins. Left corner three, high off the rim, and it falls in. Tie ball game, 31 apiece, 3:38 to go in the third after that triple from Mullins. Boersma has the ball picked loose. It's picked up by Tyner and a foul called. We'll see if this one's going against Boersma or if this is going against Tyner. And it looks like it's going against Boersma. Tyner with 8 points tonight. Inbound pass goes to Mullins. Mullins back to Tyner. Tyner over to Mullins. Mullins trying to drive inside. Spins to his left. Kicks it outside to Harbert. Left side three, no good. And Stork gets the rebound. Henley trying to push the pace, but they slowed down. Stork is going to kick it over to Bennett. Bennett feeling the pressure. Handing it off to Sheen. Sheen driving inside. Left elbow jumper is good. Sheen knocks one down for two and gives the Hornets a 2-point advantage. 33-31, 2:57 to go in the third. Holmes, interior pass to Roman. That one won't go. Boersma collects the glass. Boersma ahead to Sheen. Sheen goes right, trying to find a way to the rim. Up with the left hand, won't go. And Harbert gets the rebound. Throws it into the front court to Holmes. Holmes in the near corner. Three, good. Kai Holmes takes the lead back for Marist. His team up by 1, 34-33, 2:30 to go in the third. Pass goes inside to Hayes, and he can't convert on the open look. 2:21 to go in the third, 34-33. Tyner with it now, and a timeout called by Coach Pollard. Will take 1-2. This game is coming down to it, and it's been a good one so far. 1 point separates the Spartans and the Hornets in the third quarter. More best on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
5 on the floor for the Hornets. It's going to be Aiden Hayes, Blaine Boersma, Shaw Stork, Owen Harper, and Owen Sheen. Marist starts with the basketball as Gavin Scott brings it up. A quick foul. It looks like it's going to be against Boersma. Picks up his second foul, second team foul for the Hornets. To inbound it is Letourneau for Marist. Trying to find Scott, and does. Scott trying to drive the left wing. Now to Mullins. Near corner three, and he splashes it. Boersma now bringing it up the floor. Kicks it over to Stork. Stork now to Sheen in the far corner. Top of the key to Hayes. Hayes zips it over to Boersma. Boersma over to Sheen. Sheen handing it off to Stork. Back inside to Sheen. He tries to go for two and can't convert. It's a 4-point advantage for Marist. Mullins with it now. He's going to hand it over to Scott. Scott trying to go up with it. Kicks it outside. Now driving in for the shot was Harbert. No good, but Harbert picks up a foul. Aiden Hayes picks up his third foul. Third team foul for the Hornets. And a pair of free throws coming up for McCoy Harbert. With this pause, we'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin at 1919 Austin Street or at 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza is a proud supporter of high school sports. First free throw from Harbert was no good. Second one coming up. That one will also clang off the front of the rim. No good. Hornets trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Bennett with a corner three, and he nails it. 37-36, 1:19 to go in the third, and Marist still leads. Letourneau kicks it over to Mullins. Mullins driving inside, goes back to Harbert. Harbert on the left elbow, back to Mullins. Mullins pump fakes, now driving inside, drives strong to the rim, no good, and Harper collects the rebound. Now it's Boersma kicking it ahead to Bennett. Bennett now to Sheen in the near side. Inside to Harper. Harper back outside to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen crosses left, kicks it outside to Bennett. Bennett now inside to Harper on the right elbow. Has it picked away, Harper collects it, tries to get it inside to Stork, and the pass goes out of bounds. Substitution coming in for Marist as Tyner checks in for Mullins and Holmes in for Harbert. One-point ball game, 37-36, 42 seconds to go in the third. As Tyner crosses the timeline for Marist. Guarded by Boersma. Hands it over to Holmes. Holmes to Tyner. Tyner pump fakes. Stops the drive, now trying to go right with it. Crosses to his left, stepping inside, back to Holmes. Holmes, back to Scott. 9 seconds to go now. Scott takes a screen, tries to get it inside. Back outside to Marist for three, won't go. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter as Letourneau couldn't convert on three. And after leading by one at half, the Hornets trail by one after three. 37-36, fourth quarter next on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Eight minutes on the clock as we prepare for the fourth quarter tonight from Henley High School. Marist leads Henley 37-36. The five on the floor for the Hornets. It's Harper, Boersma, Bennett, Sheen, and Stork. Marist will start with possession. Letourneau will travel as he drives inside. Hornets get possession. It's been a back and forth affair all night in the first day of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. Boersma kicks it to Sheen. Sheen inside to Harper, has the shot blocked. Oh, a foul. And you can see the discontent from Caden Erlenbush. I think he has a case He got quite a bit of the basketball, but it is a foul, and Harper goes to the line. This will be Harper's first free throws of the night. Hornets have done a good job converting so far. So far tonight, 14 of 17. And after that miss, 14 of 18. A lot of free throws tonight for the Hornets. Second free throw won't go, and the rebound collected by Marist, so still a 1-point ball game. 7:39 to go in the final frame. Tyner with it, top of the key, kicks it over to Mullins. Mullins going left with it, spins around, passes it to Holmes. Holmes, the 6'4" freshman, lofts it over to Letourneau. Letourneau driving the right lane, zips it over to Mullins in the far corner, guarded by Boersma. Now back on the left side to Holmes, top of the key now to Tyner. Tyner trying to take the Roman screen, denies it, kicks it back outside to Mullins. High arcing shot for three, that one won't go. Harper gets the rebound. Stork pushing it up the floor, gets it to Bennett. Open three, no good. Rebound Sheen. Sheen tries to get it back outside to Bennett. Loose ball, Letourneau in open space, high off the glass is good. 3-point game, 39-36, 6:46 to go in the fourth. As Letourneau picking up 2 points there, gives him 5 on the night. Stork going left with it. Trying to drive that left lane, going up against Mullins, and Mullins is going to reach in and foul him. Fifth team foul for Marist. Second for Cooper Mullins. And Shaw Stork to inbound to Sheen. Sheen lofting it to Boersma, top of the key, zipping it inside to Stork. Stork puts it on the deck, battles through contact, and gets fouled on the shot. He'll shoot 2. Shaw is 3 for 4 from the free throw line tonight, and an opportunity now at a pair more. So we'll remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab Tires does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check, and they're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. They've got 3 locations in the Basin, 2 in Klamath Falls on Washburn Way and South 6th Street, 1 in Merrill. They've been doing the right thing since 1952. First free throw from Shaw was good. Second one is the same. Back to a 1-point ball game, 39-38, 6:26 to go in the fourth. Holmes with it now. Holmes bringing it back out, brings it around top of the key, zips it over to Letourneau. Letourneau crosses right now, goes left, trying to drive on the interior, kicks it back outside to Holmes. Holmes at the H, half court. Trying to go one-on-one against Shaw Stork, kicks it to Letourneau, now back to Tyner. Tyner trying to drive on the interior, outside to Holmes. Holmes now to Letourneau. Letourneau back to Tyner. Tyner head fakes a 3. Now starts the dribble, trying to drive right, and is fouled on the floor before the shot. And this one is going to go against Boersma. That's his third foul, and fourth team foul for the Hornets. Marist keeps possession. Holmes to inbound. Going to try to get it inside to Roman. Bounces it outside to Letourneau. Letourneau head fakes a 3, takes a step inside the arc and fires. It's no good. Sheen gets the rebound. Sheen pushing the pace. Going coast to coast. Kicks it outside to Shaw. Shaw now driving inside. Up with the right hand is good. Hornets take the lead 40-39. 5.5 to go in the fourth as Shaw Stork with just his second field goal of the night. Outside to Mullins. Mullins driving inside along the right lane. Spins to his left. Goes up with a shot. It's blocked by Sheen. Sheen now racing with Stork. Pass to Stork. Up with a shot. That's blocked. Now a loose ball is picked up by Tyner. What a defensive play by both teams. And now it's over to Holmes. Holmes driving inside. Bouncing it in. Picked away by Stork. Loose ball picked up by Chavez. Now Sheen going to slow it down as the Hornets need to catch their breath. Both teams need to catch their breath as Sheen finally crosses the timeline, passes it to Boersma. Hornets up by 1, 40-39, 4:50 to go in the final frame. Now to Bennett. Bennett thought about a three, driving inside. Free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound Roman. Mullins going to bring it up for Marist. Mullins now trying to direct a little bit of traffic, standing at half court. Takes the Roman screen going left. Now trying to drive inside up against Chavez. Mullins backs out, now going left again. Goes up, high arcing, floating, shot won't go. Rebound is collected by Roman. Tries to keep it in bounds, but the Hornets pick it up. Now Blaine Boersma racing up the floor for the Hornets. He goes up with the shot and won't go. Rebound collected by Marist. Boersma was harassed on his way to the rim. No whistle. Now it's Tyner with it. Tyner with it now on the left side. Head fakes a three, puts it on the deck. Now zips it over to Mullins on the right side. Mullins takes it to the free throw line, left elbow, kicks it out to Letourneau. High arcing floating shot is good, and the foul. Letourneau gets 2 and a chance at 3. CJ Chavez will pick up the first foul. It's 41-40. And some substitutions coming in for Marist. Holmes checks out. In comes Erlen Bush and Gavin Scott. No subs for the Hornets. And I think we're having some kind of conversation, so okay, just figuring out the substitutions. And now at the line for 2 will be Logan Letourneau. No, pardon me, just for 1. The free throw's good. So Letourneau makes it a 2-point ball game. Bennett crosses the timeline for the Hornets. Trying to drive right with it, loses a handle, spins around, pump fakes, gets it to Stork, driving to the rim, and it's good. Shaw Stork with a driving 2-point layup ties the game at 42, and a timeout called by Coach Hammond. We'll take 1-2. 42 all, 3:39 to go in the fourth. More Hornets basketball next on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
We're tied in the fourth quarter tonight, 3:39 to go in the final frame. Tied at 42. We appreciate you being with us on mybasin.com tonight for the first night of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. This has been a competitive ball game, the most competitive of the day here at Henley High School. Earlier today, it was Junction City who beat Hidden Valley by 30 points. And earlier in the day, Mazama beat North Bend 59-45. So most competitive game of the day comes as the final game of the day. It's been a great one so far, and we've still got over 3 minutes left in this ball game. It'll be Marist to start with the basketball. Gavin Scott to inbound once the officials give the go-ahead. All right, here we go. It's going to be inbound to Letourneau. He's going to bring it up the floor. Letourneau bringing it to the right side. Handing it off to Mullins. Got half court. Mullins getting it over to Harbert. Harbert inside, trying to get the pass off. A held ball down low as they tie up Erlenbush. Possession goes to the Hornets with 3:23 to go in the final quarter. Boersma going to bring it up for the Hornets. Gets it to Hayes. Hayes tries to spin around, kicks it outside to Bennett, now near side to Boersma. Boersma zipping it to Hayes. Ball goes out of bounds as the pass was just a bit wide right going to Hayes. And it'll be Marist basketball as Tyner will bring it across the timeline for the Spartans. Back over to Mullins. Mullins on the left wing, passes it outside to Scott. Scott to Harbert. It's picked away by Bennett, and Bennett is fouled on his way to the rim before the shot. And that will cause Bennett to shoot 1-1 after that being the 7th team foul for Marist. So Bennett, an opportunity now to give his team the lead. He's got 9 points tonight. Here's Bennett. First free throw is good. The Hornets take a 43-42 lead. 2:55 to go in the fourth as Ben Roman checks into the game for Caden Erlenbush. Second free throw from Bennett. That one's good as well. So Bennett, perfect 2 for 2 from the stripe to give his team a 2-point lead. Hornets breaking out a little bit of a press here as well. Scott bringing it up the floor. Passing it over to Tyner. Tyner going to hand it off to Harbert. Harbert coming right with it, trying to float it into Mullins, but the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Stork as he gets tied up with Mullins. But Stork did touch it last, so Mullins will inbound for Marist. Pardon me, it'll be Holmes who's checked into the game for Gavin Scott. And inbound pass goes to Holmes. Now to Tyner. Tyner taking the Harbert screen, backing up now, going left, handing it to Holmes. Holmes to Mullins, takes a high arcing three. That's no good, and Bennett gets the rebound, and Roman is going to foul him. Fighting for the board, Roman throws his hands up, but battling for the basketball down low results in a foul. Luke Bennett will get to shoot 1-1 as, again, that's the Spartans' 8th team foul. First free throw good, so Bennett earns a second. Second free throw also rolls in. 4-point advantage matches the Hornets' biggest lead of the night that came in the second quarter. Tyner trying to push the pace for Marist. Tries to get it back out to Holmes, and pardon me, that was Mullins, and does. Mullins now to Tyner on the far side. Tyner trying to take the Roman screen, goes left with it, steps back, kicks it to Mullins, top of the key. Mullins now going left with it, spins to his right, kicks it near side to Harbert. Harbert back outside to Mullins, head fakes a three, drives inside, stops, goes up with the shot, and it's good. Good, tough physical play down there by Mullins. Inbound pass goes to Stork, goes to the rim unguarded, can't convert the layup. Bennett collects the rebound, still a loose ball at half court. It's a mad scramble as Holmes is bumped from behind, and that'll most certainly be a foul against the Hornets, as the pace of this game seems to change very quickly. Both these teams trying to surprise each other, and it's ended in some exciting basketball. 2-point ball game, 46-44, a minute 46 to go in the game. It's Holmes inbound for Marist. Tyner with it. Tyner bringing it around the near side. Kicks it to Holmes, top of the key. Holmes head fakes, kicks it to Tyner. Tyner in the near corner. Trying to go left with it. Up with the left hand. He's fouled. The basket won't go, but Tyner does get 2 at the line to try to tie this game. It'll be Tyner's first free throws of the night. With 90 seconds to go in the game, these free throws very important for the the senior, standing 6'2", misses the first one. So now only an opportunity to bring his team within 1 if he can get this free throw. And Holmes back to defend the fast break as well for Marist. Second free throw is good, and Sheen will bring it up the floor. With it now is Bennett trying to get it inside to Hayes. Hayes kicks it back outside to Bennett. Bennett spins at the free throw line, goes from 8, won't go. Bennett gets the rebound, kicks it outside to Sheen. Into Stork. Stork against Mullins. Back out to Sheen. Now to Boersma in the near corner. Boersma puts it on the deck, trying to drive inside, makes a strong move to the rim, lays it up with the left hand, and the Hornets back up by 3. Under a minute now to go, 54 seconds, and Holmes with it now in the near corner. Holmes driving inside, a whistle, and a timeout by Marist. We'll take 1-2. Hornets lead by 3, 48-45, 48 seconds to go in the ball game. More Hornets basketball next on My Basin.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back in the fourth quarter of a 3-point ball game, the Hornets lead 48-45 over the Marist Spartans. Again, 48 seconds to go in the ball game, and Marist will have possession. When we come out of the break, we'll see what Coach Bart Pollard has come up with. Coach Pollard, an experienced coach in the 4A. Before his time at Marist, in which he's been at for 11 seasons, he coached at Cottage Grove. Overall for his career, he's got 156 wins. Not many coaches get over 100. Not many coaches get over 150. But Bart Pollard, who coached as a head coach in the 4A since 2007, just broke that metric late last season. Inbound pass for Marist now. Tyner with it. Tyner going to deny the screen, goes left. It's tied up, passes it out to Letourneau. 32 seconds now to go, still a 3-point ball game. Mullins trying to drive on the right side. And a whistle. Timeout again called by Marist. We're going to take another timeout as well. Now the clock reads 27.8. 3-point ball game. We'll be back on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So start here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
The Spartans trying to make sure they've got the right game plan. With the game on the line and at a 3-point deficit, 27.8 seconds left on the clock. Marist, I'm sure, doesn't want to give the Hornets another opportunity to score, but then they left themselves at a 3-point disadvantage. Now Marist has shot the 3 ball well tonight. 7 made threes for the Spartans in tonight's contest. A couple of guys have made a pair. Cooper Mullins has made 3 threes tonight, and Peyton Tyner has made 2. And so look for either of those guys to get the ball. That's number 4 and number 14 for Marist. We'll see what play they've drawn up this time out of the timeout. Holmes has also made a 3 this quarter. Marist has got shooters up and down the lineup. We'll see where they go here. Holmes to inbound. It's going to be a quick one to Letourneau. Back out to Tyner. Tyner now to Mullins. Mullins at half court. Mullins going to take the screen. Trying to go right. Steps back now against Stork. Mullins top of the key. Trying to drive inside. Up with a floater. He's fouled. Shot won't go. And Mullins will get to shoot a pair. That's Shaw's 3rd foul. Mullins to the line for 2. Now with 15 seconds to go, and both teams in the bonus, Mullins misses his first. And now you got to wonder if Mullins is going to try to flub this free throw to try to get the ball back for his team. The shot is good. And so now a 2-point ball game, and the Hornets will take time. We're going to stick with you through this timeout. It's a 2-point ball game, 48-46, 15.6 to go, and the Hornets lead As we mentioned, today just the first day of the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament. Tomorrow, action resumes as Phoenix plays Marshfield right here at Henley High School at 11 a.m., followed by a 12:30 tip-off between Hidden Valley and Marist. And then the 2 p.m. game, which we'll be here for on the call, as Henley takes on Junction City. That's a rematch from earlier this season, as Henley lost to Junction City on December 28th. A 57-52 loss, but now on their home floor, looking to avenge that loss. That'll be tomorrow. You still got 15 seconds to play through to try and escape this game with a victory. The Hornets have led at most by 4 points tonight and find themselves the 2-point lead and the basketball coming out of the break with 15 seconds to go in the game. Coach Hammond trying to instill confidence in his team as the 5 emerge. It'll be Aiden Hayes, Blaine Boersma, Luke Bennett, Shaw Stork, and Owen Sheen. To inbound will be Stork. As Stork runs the baseline, bounces it inside to Bennett. Marist not fouling yet, trying to force a turnover. Stork is going to get fouled in the backcourt, so Stork will be headed to the line. I think that Marist had an opportunity to be a little bit choosy about who they wanted to foul. Stork struggled at the free throw line last season. A 56% free throw shooter last season, now shooting 1-1, but tonight he's 5 of 6. He's had a good night tonight. This one matters. An opportunity. The first free throw is good. Shaw puts his team up by 3, 49-46. He gets another opportunity here. A chance to make it a 2-score game. No timeouts left for Marist as well. Stork's second free throw hits the front of the rim, no good. Bennett gets the rebound and he's fouled. That'll be the 10th team foul for Marist, and the Hornets are shooting 2. Tyner picked up the foul, his third, and now Bennett is shooting a pair. First one's no good. Gotta make this second one. Neither free throw is good. Shaw Stork gets the rebound. It's picked up by Boersma, and a foul against Shaw. And it will allow Marist to shoot 2 free throws. This game far from over, folks. The Henley bench started to celebrate a little bit after Bennett was sent to the line, but he missed twice, and now Marist is heading to the line. Still 7 seconds on the clock. At the line now is Letourneau. He is 1 for 1. Free throws so far this game. Right now he's shooting 1-1. First free throw's good. He'll get a second. (49-47). 7 seconds left to go. Here's the second free throw from Letourneau. That one's good as well. 1-point ball game, and the Hornets trying to inbound. Gets it to Boersma. Boersma just trying to hold on to it. Over to Stork. Now to Hayes. Now to Sheen as the ball goes out of bounds. The Marist Spartans will get one shot with 1.5 seconds. It's the Hornets, who just needed to hold on to the basketball, tried to play a little catch, and it went out of bounds. TJ Chavez checks into the game, and now the Hornets have got to play some tight defense. TJ Chavez trying to block the inbound pass. It goes to Tyner. Tyner, long three. It hits the foam at the ceiling, and the Hornets win. A 1-point victory for the Hornets as they escape this one with a tight victory. 49-48 the final. And the Hornets back above 500. 6-5 on the season. Marist drops to 4-8. We'll recap it all for you when we come back and start our post-game coverage tonight on MyBasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clownful Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you, local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
It's a great basketball game tonight as the Hornets emerge as victors 49-48 over MARIST. Leading scorer tonight for HENLEY. It was an extremely important and productive game for Luke Bennett. 15 points tonight, followed by Owen Sheen, who notched 12. Shaw Stork with 10 points tonight, as Blaine Boersma scored 6. Aiden Hayes had 3 tonight in the win for the Hornets. And meantime, for the losing team, MARIST tonight, a good game, 9 points for Logan Letourneau and Peyton Tyner, each had 9 points. 7 points for Kai Holmes. Cooper Mullins also had 9 points tonight. And McCoy Harbert had 5. Ben Roman also had 5. Your scorers tonight for MARIST. With this win, the Hornets improve to 6-5. The MARIST Spartans fall to 4-8. We're going to take one more quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about what we should expect to see tomorrow for day 2 of the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament. Details on that in a bit. Stick with us as the Hornets are victors 49-48 over MARIST on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Final score tonight from Henley High School. The Hornets emerging victorious. 49-48 the final score. The Hornets improved to 6-5 on the season. MARIST falls to 4-8. Final game before non-conference is tomorrow for day 2 of the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament. The action actually begins tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock here at Henley High School as Phoenix takes on Marshfield. Hidden Valley will play this MARIST team at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. And at 2 p.m., the Henley Hornets suit right back up to take on Junction City. That'll certainly be a real exciting basketball game, and we'll have the coverage for you starting a couple minutes before 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Keep an eye out on mybasin.com for the game link and on our Facebook page at 960 Sports to stay updated on Hornets basketball all season long. After that after that game tomorrow, it's 6 days off before league play starts right here at the Hornets' Nest against the Hidden Valley Mustangs. And that takes you all the way through February. Really excited for Skyline Conference play to start. Really excited for some more Skyline Sky-M crossover basketball tomorrow. Should be a great day. Hope you can come on out here and enjoy it at the Hornets' Nest. But if you can't, of course, we'll be live just about 2 o'clock when Henley takes on Junction City. This about does it for us tonight. Appreciate you joining us on MyBasin.com. It's your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to sports to just about everything else in between. Find us online at MyBasin.com. Final score again tonight. The Henley Hornets defeat the MARIST Spartans 49-48. Would like to thank a few of the folks that make tonight's broadcast possible. Of course, both athletic directors, John Dwyer and Mr. Luke Hamilton. Of course, both head coaches, Bart Pollard of MARIST, and once again, Mr. Luke Hammond for being accommodating with the broadcast tonight. And Mr. Jesse Hamilton as well for getting to set up the principal here at Henley High School. Final score, the Hornets 6-5 on the season, getting a victory over MARIST, 49-48. This is Josh Eldridge saying good night from Henley High School.